All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are talking about the absolutely massive world of trade in Bangladesh. It's this buzzing economy just filled with opportunity. But trying to navigate it can get pretty complex. We're going to see how having the right guide can make all the difference in unlocking that potential.
First things first, you've got to understand, Bangladesh isn't just some emerging market anymore. No, this is a major player on the global stage. The scale of what's happening there commercially is seriously impressive, and it has a huge impact internationally.
And to put a number on that, check this out. The World Bank is estimating Bangladesh's GDP for 2024 at around 450 billion US dollars. That one number tells you just how massive this economic engine really is. It's a powerhouse you just can't ignore. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about size, it's about momentum. We're talking about merchandise exports projected to leap to over $48 billion in fiscal year 2025. That's a jump of over 8.5% from the year before. That's a seriously powerful upward trend. So, all these big numbers, this incredible growth, what's really driving it? Well, what we're looking at here is a massive field of opportunity for any business that's paying attention. But, it's never that simple, is it? With all that opportunity comes a ton of complexity. For anyone trying to get in on this, the path isn't a straight shot. It's more like a maze, full of challenges and potential dead ends. And here's a perfect example of one of those complexities. The ready-made garment sector is an absolute giant, making up over 81% of total exports. Now, that's amazing, but it also kind of screams, we need to diversify, right? There's so much untapped potential in other areas like leather, agro-processed goods, and pharmaceuticals. Industries just waiting to pop. And yeah, the maze just gets trickier from there. Businesses have to deal with tariffs and these, non-tariff barriers, which are basically all the tricky rules and regulations that can trip you up. Add to that a mountain of complex paperwork and buyers whose expectations on things like compliance are changing all the time. For importers, just verifying a supplier can feel like a full-time investigation. It's a lot. So that's the big question, isn't it? When you're staring at this maze of opportunities and obstacles, how on earth do you find a clear path to success? Well, you don't go it alone. You find a guide, a navigator. And that's exactly where an expert export consultant comes into the picture. They are absolutely critical for both local and foreign businesses trying to make their mark. Think of them like this. They are the bridge. For a local company, they connect your product to a global sales opportunity. For a foreign buyer, they connect your interest to a reliable, vetted partner. The whole point is to cut through the noise, reduce the uncertainty, and save you a ton of time. And this isn't just some theory. Just take a look at a real-world journey, like M. Jainal Abdin's. This guy started out working with small and medium businesses, so he gets their struggles from the ground up. Then he goes on to lead huge chambers of commerce, so he knows exactly how to slice through all that red tape we just talked about. See? That's the kind of deep, real-world experience that turns that confusing maze into a straight line. All right, so what's the secret sauce? What's in their playbook? Let's break down the practical steps they take to actually make things happen for a business in the global market. It's not random, it's a process. You can really break it down into 3 clear stages. First step, strategy and planning. Then you move to connection and matchmaking. And finally, you have execution and compliance. It's a system, and it works. Okay, step 1 is all about building that solid foundation. A consultant will first assess if a company is even ready to export. Then they help you pinpoint the right markets to go after, not just the obvious ones. And this is huge. They help you position your product and your brand so it actually connects with international buyers. All right, now we get to the fun part, making connections. And I'm not just talking about getting a list of phone numbers. This is about curated matchmaking, finding that perfect fit between a buyer and a seller. It's about finding those distributors, those agents on the ground, and really building a presence in a new market. And then we have step 3, execution. And honestly, this is where so many deals fall apart. I mean, a fantastic product that gets stuck in customs or has the wrong paperwork is basically useless, right? So this is all about nailing the details, getting the documentation perfect, making sure logistics run smoothly, and doing that crucial due diligence to make sure your new partner is legit. So when you see all these pieces work together, you realize this isn't just about hiring someone for a one-off job. No, this is about building a real long-term partnership for growth. And this is a really important difference. See, an advisor might give you some generic tips, but a strategic partner, they get in the trenches with you. They're all about cutting down your uncertainty, saving you time and money, and actually building something that's gonna last. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Listen to what a real client, Mostafizur Rahman from Canvas Inc. in Canada, had to say. He talks about their strategic insight, market understanding, and hands-on support. Wow, that right there, that's the partnership model in a nutshell. So here's the bottom line. For any business looking at Bangladesh, whether you're a local exporter or a foreign importer, bringing in an expert consultant is like a secret weapon. It makes everything more efficient, it slashes the risk, and it unlocks the incredible opportunities just waiting inside that growing economy. And that leaves us with one final thought. In a global trade world that's getting more complicated by the day, maybe having that deep, on-the-ground, local expertise isn't just an advantage. Maybe it's the only advantage that truly matters.